Hello everybody and welcome back, and today I'm going to be unboxing the DJI Mavic Pro 2. Before I jump into that, I do want to mention that I will be giving away a GoPro Hero 6 and one of these DJI Mavic Pro 2s. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to my channel, comment down below if you want the GoPro Hero 6 or the DJI Mavic Pro 2. You can also say you want both. I won't give you both, but I'll give you one or the either if you end up winning, and like this video. So that's simple as that. Comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, and like the video, and you'll be entered for a chance to win one of these. Now let's jump into unboxing this, and I'll do a quick comparison between the original DJI Mavic Pro and the new DJI Mavic Pro 2 at the end, so stay tuned for that. Alright, right on top you can see the Fly More combo kit, and then down there on the bottom you can see the DJI Mavic Pro 2. Let's go ahead and get these out. Alright, here we have the kit and the DJI Mavic Pro 2. That sure looks good. Look at the size of that camera. 1-inch sensor. It's going to take some phenomenal video and pictures. Let's start off with the drone. Opening this up. There it is. So you have the remote, the drone, some of the cables and chargers in here, and some more cables up here. So let's go ahead and take out the drone, remove all the stickers, remove the gimbal clamp. There's that camera. That 1-inch sensor definitely looks a lot nicer. You can see how much stronger this gimbal is than the original DJI Mavic Pro 2 as well. The remote looks the same as the original. I think it is, except for the color. I think that's probably the only difference. Cables, chargers, and props. Here's the standard charger as well. So that's everything that you get just with the package with the Mavic Pro 2. Let me go ahead and open up the remote now. You can see that they kept with the Mavic Air theme and now put the joysticks underneath the remote. Those simply pop out and screw right into the controller. Definitely makes travel a lot easier when you're flying internationally. You don't have to worry about protecting these gimbal controllers anymore. Let's go ahead, unfold the drone. Arms are a lot stronger. They feel a lot more rigid than the original DJI Mavic Pro. Sensors everywhere on this thing. Sensor up here on the top, one on each side, the back. This is the one that is actually angled up a little bit on the back, so it will actually see obstacles above you. And the bottom is pretty spectacular. You have your vision sensors and your LEDs that actually will illuminate the ground when you're about ready to land if it's dark out, so that these sensors can pick up the ground, and you will also be able to see the ground if you're going to be landing on something, and the vision sensors up here on the front. So in this first box you have all your props. They actually give you 6 props or 3 sets. Kind of surprising that they don't give you 2 more, and then you'll have 2 full complete sets or 8 props. Your instruction manual's in there. I have a feeling this is going to be pretty straightforward, so I shouldn't need the instruction manual. It should be just like the original DJI Mavic Pro. Your charging brick. It's a little bit different than the original. You actually have your charging cord in here for your remote. That will easily pop out of there and plug right into your remote, so you're able to charge and don't have to worry about finding a cord for that anymore. 1 USB charger. I think the other power brick for the Mavic Pro had 2 USB chargers. I'm not sure on that. Could be mistaken. Let me toss that to the side. And in here, for all you Android folks, here's your adapters. There's also a USB 3.0 to USB-C cable, and another adapter here that goes from USB-C to USB micro. Those are your cables and chargers. Let's go ahead and see what we got in our Fly More combo kit. So right on top, your Mavic 2 bag. Packaging is a little bit different than last year. So you actually have everything right in your bag. And they also give you an instruction manual for the Mavic Pro kit. And this is a little bit different than last year as well. You can see that there is no strap to be able to run through the back anymore. I like to use that and run a bike lock through it so that when I was on vacation I could chain it to a tree or a chair. Someone wouldn't walk away with it. Sides are still the same. Looks like you get all the same pockets that were on the original. Definitely looks a little bit bigger though, but I'll save that for the comparison at the end, and we can set them side by side and see how big it is. Right here on top we have a box. Here is your 12-volt car charger. In this box you have your shoulder strap that goes with the bag. A lot nicer quality than the original one. They actually give a little bit of a leather shoulder strap to go on so that it's not really digging into your shoulder with this thin strap. Here is your adapter. You can plug this into one of your batteries and then you get 2 USB outs. This is sometimes helpful if you're on a plane. You could plug this into one of your batteries and charge your phone or anything else that charges from USB. Remember, your batteries are supposed to be below 50% when you board a plane though, so definitely don't want to be going above that. And here is your power bank charging station. So your original battery charger over here will plug right into this outlet, and then you have 4 spots to charge other batteries on each side of this. There's 2 on this side and 2 on that side, and that just folds up. That's pretty nice, compact. I'll show you guys how this works afterwards when I'm charging up my batteries. And then there's actually a compartment down here in the bottom. Let me shine a light in here, you can kind of see. There's a divider in here, so you can divide it up a little bit nicer than the old bag. And down here in the bottom is where they store the other 2 batteries next to each other. Looks like it's a pretty tight fit in there for those, but it's a pretty good spot for them. I was never able to fit them in the old bag side by side, so that's kind of nice. There's 1 battery, there's 2 batteries, and there's the bag completely empty. Alright, now let's get on and compare this to the original DJI Mavic Pro and see what the differences are. I'm going to go ahead and get the battery and remote charging, so as soon as I'm done filming the comparison, I can head on outside and get a quick flight before it gets too dark. So first things first, you're going to want to plug into the power bank adapter. To charge the remote, all you do is pop out this cable on the side. Then you want to go over to the bank, pop out this cable on this side, and that will simply just insert in the side that you just popped this cable out of. You'll notice that this one's actually square in size and this is a micro USB. Don't worry, they both fit into the same spot even though they're not the same shape. You also have a USB here that you can charge a phone if you really wanted to. To plug into the power bank that comes with the Fly More combo, you'll see that one of these sides has a slot in it. That is where the cable is going to slide into. Then you simply just push it down and it locks in place. Then you'll get a yellow LED indicator saying that it's ready to go. Then you'll want to open up the sides. Now you could charge 2 batteries on each side for a total of 4. And you can pop in your battery and it'll start charging. So you see the indicator light went green and now is blinking, indicating that it's charging. And the front you can see this battery is charging as well. They did away with the LED indicators on the front showing you how charged your batteries are, and now it's actually oriented in the circle. If you want to know how charged your battery is, even if you're not charging it, all you have to do is push the center button as well and it'll indicate how full that battery is. Now that these are charging, let's turn around and go back to doing a comparison between the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro 2. Alright, so setting the bags right next to each other, you can see that the Mavic Pro 2 bag is a little bit taller than the original Mavic Pro. I'll be interested to see if I can fit the Pro 2 in the original Mavic Pro bag. I'm going to go ahead, unzip the front of this, and here you'll find our 2 propeller sets in here yet. I'm going to go ahead and attach these to the Mavic Pro. You'll notice that they use the same color coding as before. The one with the white ring goes on the props with the white rings on them, and the white ring ones, all you have to do is push down and push clockwise. The ones without ring, you're going to push down and turn counterclockwise. And same thing for the ones on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Mavic Pro out of here real quick so you can kind of see the difference in the size of those propellers. One thing I'll be interested to see if the Mavic Pro 2 will fit in this fur-lined bag as well, and then see if I can fit it back in this case. So here is the Mavic Pro propeller on top of the Mavic Pro 2. You can see they're a few millimeters bigger on each end, so total length about half an inch bigger. Not too big of a difference, but it's definitely going to add up when it's flying in the air. It's going to be a little bit longer on each end. Let me go ahead and unfold each one of these. We can go ahead and stack the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro 2 on top of each other. Kind of see a little bit more of a difference then. Alright, I'll put the Mavic Pro on the bottom, Pro 2 on top, line up the backs of them. Now you can kind of see that the Pro 2 is a little bit longer on the front, maybe about a half an inch longer. Not that big a deal. Propellers, let's see, if I line these up on this side, tip to tip, it's about half an inch longer there than the backs. So in flight, it's about an inch and a half wider on the back, so it's actually a little bit wider than it is in the length. They're about the same size just looking at them side by side. I think it's a little bit easier if you fold them up. You can see a little bit more of the height difference. Mavic Pro 2 definitely folds up a little bit nicer. You can feel the arms are a little bit stronger and they actually have grooves cut out in the side that they fit into now. So with the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro 2 sitting next to each other, you can see the Pro 2 is a little bit taller, especially on the back, a little bit taller. Another thing I wanted to point out is the batteries. So batteries are a lot bigger. You can see the Pro 2 a lot bigger in size. The drones themselves aren't actually that much heavier. They weigh about the same. The batteries do not. This is a lot bigger battery to get that extended flight time. Also want to point out that the terminals on the Mavic Pro are in the front, and on the Pro 2 they're in the back. So for a while you're probably going to want to be putting your battery in backwards, so make sure you pay attention to that, put it in the right way. Now let's grab the remote out and see if there's any differences in the remotes. They're pretty much the same yet. There's just one difference on the side. So here's the Pro remote, here's the Pro 2. You can see the Pro 2 is now gray in color. Everything from the front looks the same. The back still looks the same. Still have your same custom controls. Tops are the same. The only difference is right here on the side, you can now flip from sport tripod mode with the switch of a button. Definitely like that. I always had to adjust my exponential settings to get that good slow motion cinematic video without being too glitchy. Now I can just do that with a flip of a button and use tripod mode. This controller should still fit in this case since the sizes are the same, and they do. Not that it matters so much anymore because you can actually remove those joysticks, so when you're traveling, those can go down in the controller. A nice addition that they added to this is that the battery is big enough in this now that if your phone drops below 40%, your controller will actually start charging your phone. So that's a nice addition. Now, let's see if we can fit the Pro 2 into this kind of like mink fur lined bag. I always carry mine in this with the propellers on so that you're able to get it out of your bag really fast. You don't really have to worry about the props being in the right orientation. So they like to get caught on the bag a lot of times, I notice, so we'll see if it's gonna fit in here. It's gonna be tight. Oh yeah. If I remove the props, it would fit in there a lot easier, but you still have about an inch to spare. So anyone that still has these bags, you're still able to use the Mavic Pro 2 in them. Now let's see if the Pro 2 will fit in the Mavic bag. Yep. Fits in there pretty easy. You can see the noticeable height difference, quite a bit bigger now. Now the Pro 2 remote. See if it'll go in here on this side. Fits in there perfectly fine. Now let's see if it'll zip up. Yeah, no problem to it. There you go, you have the Pro 2 and a Pro bag. So if you still want to use these bags, you'll notice that the difference on the bags is this one has a little spot that you could run a cable through. This is where I used to run a bike lock through on vacation. You could chain it to a tree or a chair, and then you could lock up your other locks to kind of dissuade people from stealing it a little bit. But yeah, there you go. You can see that the Pro 2 fits in there perfectly fine, even with everything else I still have stored in this bag. It's a little bit taller, but it's not even really pulling at the seams, so fits in there perfectly fine. My batteries are charged now, so I'm going to head on outside. I'm going to do a flight comparison between the Pro 2 and the Pro and see which one stays in the air longer. I'm just going to charge the batteries to 100%, take off, have them hover right next to each other, and see which one lands first. We already know that the Pro is going to land first, but we'll see how much longer flight time the Pro 2 has over that. So if you want to see that, make sure you catch my next video. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below.